You have the St. Louis Dispatch actually did a thing yesterday. Today they went over to Florissant and asked white people in Starbucks, what do you think about what's going on in Ferguson? First off, most of them weren't even watching the news and had no idea what happened, but they knew a boy was killed, and their reactions were, well, what did he do to deserve it? I know he did something. That is embedded within the system. That is embedded within white privilege and within just the country itself, that people are bad because they deserve it. We have this whole puritanical system that is set up from the people who got kicked out of England for being too radical, that they were like, oh, you gotta go. That people who have bad things happen to them had them deserve it. And so since we must have deserved slavery, we must have deserved Jim Crow, we must have deserved 100-to-1 crack laws, we must have deserved the war on drugs, we must deserve racial policing. So now, if you would have that in mentality that black people, and it gets passed off from person to person and generation to generation, that black people deserve what happened to them, then when you go ask them, there is no questions. It's, well, wrong happened to them, so they must have deserved it. And that's why people don't trust the media, because the media runs with that same narrative, because if they try to do something fair and balanced, like Fox News says they do, if you try to run fair and balanced, you can't, because fair and balanced means, what does our audience want to hear from the news? What does our audience think the news is? And so we give them that. We don't, and that's the problem with partiality within news, partisanship in news. There's so much partisanship. You got MSNBC on the left. You have CNN that tries to be in the middle, but they're really more like Obama, middle right. And then you have Fox News, which is insanity. So that's the problem. No one's actually talking about the news. It's talking about what they think the news is, what they think of the news. There's no news channel that's saying, this is what happened, draw your own conclusions. That's the problem. We have made this country so bereft of critical thinking and thought and ability to process knowledge that the issue is going to be to get people to think about issues for themselves and go, here are the facts, draw your own conclusions. No, people go, well, so now what should I think? I'm going to listen to Glenn